Hey guys, what is up? Shadolances back. I just want to do a quick episode on how to wage a clan war. Now, I'm probably going to do multiple maps, but this is the first episode of this. I don't know if this is going to really be a series or not. It's a live comm series. I'm doing this as I'm recording. But basically, I'm going to go over each side of the map and tell you the best ways to wage a clan war. I'd like to give a big thank you to this guy here. He's one of my old buddies, Metal Fission. You guys may know him as Sandseeker. He's also been in some of my SL vs. the World episodes recently. So definitely thank you guys for helping out, and thank you him. So go off right in the base. There are a couple of things I'd like to talk about first. First, I'm going to go over like regular things, and then I'm going to go over spec stuff like turret placement. Well, one of the biggest places that you can camp right in the front of the base is right here. It's difficult to get hit, but it doesn't count as a peek because if you stand right here, you can still hit their head right there. So it's not actually a peek. And on top of that, you can hit them through here technically. So it makes a very nice spot to camp with a sniper. The MSR is personally my favorite sniper for this map. Another thing you can do is camp back here, right here on top of that. And you can also camp here and hit people coming this way. This is a very common thing to do later in rounds, later in the round after it's usually one person versus 2 or 3. So that's a good place to camp if you don't have other people to help you out. Camping right here in this kind of area is actually not advised because people can hit you very easily. It's a very common place to check. This room is one of the biggest camping rooms in the entire game. The biggest, most common layout is to have one person sit here on this side of the pole and shoot through this area right here. Another is to have one person sit right here, possibly 2, although I usually actually sit right here because no one ever really expects you to sit there. They're all going to be aiming higher, and that gives you just enough time to pop off a sniper shot. Usually you'll also have one person standing here. If you can afford it and you have most people, you have one person standing here to shoot right at this angle. So they come in and shoot at this, and the person waiting right here will be ready to take them out. Usually you also have another person standing right here if you have the available people. And so you usually have your best sniper in the back corner there. Another time is often the beginning of a round, you'll have a person sit right here and snipe as people come across over to here. Also, another thing I'd like to point out is if you stand right here, you can hit all the way through. I'm going to fire a sniper shot so you guys can see. If you notice, the bullet went all the way through to the other side. You can see it on the wall on the other side there. I'll fire another one. That way you can actually shoot all the way through there and hit people on the other side. Very, very nice. Another trick in this room is that you can sit right here and shoot through this box. I'm going to fire a particular round right there. Run around to the other side. And you can see where the shot was. It was just kind of there, it disappeared, but it doesn't look like that. You can also do the other way, so people, oftentimes a less experienced clan will have people sitting right there, and you can come in and shoot and get people in there. That's one of the best things the P90 is useful for. If you're actually going to attack from the outside, I advise you to crouch down and shoot upwards. It's the best way to work. Oftentimes people will come and camp behind here if they are the last one alive, especially if they're a less experienced clan. This is one of the most underused spots in the entire game, but it's actually quite good for camping and taking out people that are dumb enough to walk through here and through here. The best way to get to that spot would be to run out through here if you are on this side of the spawn. If you're on this side of the spawn, run out this side. Oftentimes you'll find people sniping right here to hit people there, just in that little crack right there, or up in that corner. Also, another trick you can do, people ask me this all the time, how do people get up on those rails? You can jump across here, get across here, jump here, and easily hit people down in there who you can't normally hit from better angle. You can also jump from here, although it's very difficult to do, into here. It requires a little bit of lag work, and it's like that. There you go. See? It's a little like that glitch on 2 Towers, but it's not really a glitch. There's a lot of little areas you can jump. Also, oftentimes clans will often come out here and blow this up before you have the chance to use it to get up into here. That's also a very common thing to do. Now onto this side. Oftentimes people will be camping right here, so you will want to watch out for that when you come outside. Also, people often camp right here with duels. It's this place that's pretty much never checked. Also, right here is common in close quarters battles. However, you can shoot through here. You see the tracer bullets. That's why it's a very, well, not expected spot to camp. If you are very quick with your trigger finger and you can get out here fast enough, pre-fire a shot about right there, anywhere between there, and about half the time, if you're fighting an experienced clan, you'll get a kill. Never jump up here immediately because you are far too open and easy to hit. Also, if you're going to be sniping in this direction, don't come up right close to it because they can hit your hand and kill you from anywhere there, or if they've jumped across, they can hit you from there. I would suggest standing back to about right here and shooting just over. It makes your head harder to hit and that easier to do. Also, another spot to camp is if you have 2 people doing that, have one person sit right here and shoot straight up. That's one tactic that Tears of Fear has been using for a long time, and it works very, very well. Now, this is one of the another big camping spots in the game. You will see people with specs camp here a lot. You'll have one person put a turret right in the middle of the room so that it can't be hit from this side, but also it will hit them anytime they come through here, and the only way they can hit the turret is to take damage. Also, if they wish to rush in the room from this side, it helps that way too. Another thing is, people will often camp right here with SMGs or a sniper rifle and pick off people from there. Oftentimes, you will also see turrets actually glitched up here. It is a glitch. It is CBL dirty, bannable, whatever you want to call it. So actually, I highly suggest you record people doing that. Other times, I actually find that there's a better setup you can use that I rarely, if ever, see people use. This is a good setup, but there is a better setup. have one person put a turret right here, or maybe a little off to the side so they can shoot at an angle this way, and have another person put a turret right here. If you put a turret right here, it cannot be hit from this door, but the second they walk in the room, they are open fire, and the best way to lure people out is to have one person sit right here, lure them in, crouch, go around this side after the turrets distract them, and kill people. Now, you should always prioritize putting a turret right here over right there, because it is a more aptitude spot to put it. Also, if you are one of the last people camping in your team, camp right here. You can shoot through there, and it's not considered a peek. You can really do whatever you want. Although some people might define that as peeking, peeking is actually if you are trying to cover the top of your head. This way, you're only covering the side of your head, not the top, so it's actually legitimate. On the other hand, you also see people often snipe right here into that way, or you will see people stand right here and snipe there. That's another thing I would like to point out really fast before I move on, is that oftentimes it is a bad idea to snipe right here. If there's no one there, the best way to do this would be to quickly look out, see if there's anyone there. If there is, don't bother trying to go again, but if there is not, sit and wait right here, and have another person cover you with an SMG from about right here. You should sit right here. Now, often that will set you up for headshots, so I actually do not recommend anyone with a P90 like I have can just do that and do headshots, boom. I would not usually recommend that, but it is a possible way to win the battle. Another thing is, if you are waiting for someone to come around here, sit right here. Just sit right here. That should be common sense, but I'm surprised at how many people don't actually do that. This is also another common spot for turrets. Another common spot for turrets are here and here. Oftentimes people will also glitch down into this area right here. It's a very well-known glitch. It is also bannable. Two other very common camping spots are this and this corner. People will camp here very often and then put a turret right here on the stairs because it can shoot all the way into the water, which is also very apt. Also, you will see people put turrets in the water because it makes it a little more difficult to kill them with grenades. Finally, there's a few more final things I'd like to go over from the underside of this, just to make things a little bit clearer. There's the most common way people get killed in this game, above all else, is that they will come down right here, and one of the two snipers that will always be right here will kill each other. That will happen in every clan where you play on this map. Now, this side has a very, very, very nice advantage that I like over that side. Most people tend to say that this, since this is the alpha side, it isn't as good as the Bravo, and for the most part that's true. But this side has a couple of advantages besides having the more apt spawn for camping, in my opinion, outside of the map room if you don't count the map room. But if you look right here, you can shoot through there and hit people on the other side. Also, it makes it a little bit easier. You have a ledge right here, unlike there where you only have the tunnel and you can shoot straight into the tunnel right there. Right here, you can sit right here, jump, quickscope, and hit somebody. Very, very easy to do with a Tango, an MSR, or a very high accuracy rifle. An M24 is possible, but I wouldn't suggest that because it's not a one-shot kill most of the time, especially since that's beyond the medium range. The biggest thing that gets kills that I am very surprised people don't know about are these boxes. This one and the grave on the other side. Watch this. Get up on top of this box. You can hit people. You can go all the way to the edge of the box and hit people there. You can also jump and quickscope people there. Jump and quickscope people there. Very easy to do with the MSR. Look at how accurate that was. That was very, very, not very far off at all. Hits the same spot every time. That's how accurate these guns are. The Tango is the same way, the M24 is the same way, lots of similar guns. You can also do the same over here. Now, if your entire team is running down here, this is the best setup I can recommend for this side. The other side is a little more cramped, so it's not the best spot in the world for camping. However, this is quite the good spot for camping. Oftentimes, you can have one person. The most common setup that you see is that you'll see one person sniping here, one person sniping here, and possibly another person here. If there's a four-person man, you might have one person here, or one person here. However, the best setup is actually not that. The best setup is to have one person immediately come up here, do not snipe from here actually, run all the way across, jump up onto here, pull out your rifle, and hit the person in the head. This veil will make it harder for them to see you, but you can still hit them and one-shot them. That does not actually lower your damage like some other fences do. Now, as far as for actual camping, I would not suggest having a person here. I would suggest have a person right here with an assault rifle, or a very fast trigger finger with a sniper rifle. You can hit them as they come around the corner, and look at this. Once they're at this point, expecting a sniper there, if they don't see the sniper, they're going to rush in as fast as they can, and you can already hit them. That's the dangerous part about this. People don't seem to know that. If you have one person camp right here, you have the tunnel covered. The second person should not camp right here, but should camp right here, and watch this. That way, because of this box, they are much, much harder to hit from over there. However, it is possible, so if the other enemy is a very smart person, be very careful of that. But it is possible, and it's easier to just peek right around this corner and hit them. Very easy to do. Another thing you should do, if you're going to camp in this corner, don't camp right here. This bar, although it protects you, it also hinders your ability to shoot. Also, if they come around the corner, they're going to be looking through there first. If you look at the angle, coming around here, the first thing they're going to see is that spot right there. So if you're there, you could be dead. But if you come back just a little ways out of that range, and you come to about right here, you can see their head as they come around the corner, and have plenty of room to hit them here or here. Should make things quite a bit easier. Finally, if you do have the spare person have them sit right here and watch either of the directions that you find more threatening. If obviously more people are rushing from this side, have them watch here. Otherwise, have them watch here. And if you have a 5-person game, obviously have the 5th person sit right here. That's the utmost obvious. And if you have a 6th person that is excellent at sniping, up here. However, I would prioritize right here over right there. That's about all I really have to say for Gravedigger, guys. Thank you for watching this. This is just a quick way to clan war efficiently. All the big tips and tricks players know about this map, and I just hope you guys really appreciated this. It took me some time to think about, and it is possibly the most overplayed game for clan wars pretty much ever. You see Elim Pro the most common, so that's why I decided to devise these strategies. I hope you guys found this useful. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Check me out in the next video. Shadowlances out.